Our daily bread is a daily window through which we reflect on the nourishment of the soul. Just as we need bread to nourish our bodies, our souls also need sustenance to give them strength and faith. Through this program, we will delve into the deep meanings of life, reflect on the sacred words, and learn how these words can be bread that nourishes our souls and grants them peace in facing the challenges of daily life. Let us partake together in this spiritual nourishment that refreshes the heart and strengthens faith. Today's reflection is on verse 6 from chapter 7 of the book of Sirach, which speaks about the wisdom of caution in seeking judgment, where it says, "Do not seek to become a judge, lest you be unable to. Perhaps you may fear the powerful, and thus place a stumbling block in the way of your integrity." A new story I share with you, dear friends, and a new lesson from the experiences of life that we learn from. Our story today is titled "The Burden of Judgment and the Fear of Injustice." It tells the tale of a wise man who lived in a small, distant village, known among the people for his ability to understand matters and resolve disputes. Everyone would turn to him to settle disagreements and provide fair judgment. But this wise man, despite his knowledge and wisdom, refused to be an official judge. People often asked him, "Why don't you accept the position of judge? Over the years, you have proven to be the wisest among us." He replied, "God has granted me the ability to discern between right and wrong in most matters, but I do not have the strength or ability to eliminate injustice completely. A person may strive for justice, but when in a position of power, he might fear the wrath of the influential or face pressures that make him hesitant to make the right decision." One day, a great dispute arose between two wealthy men in the village. Each had significant influence and power. They both approached the wise man to judge between them, but he refused. He said to them, "If I were to judge in your case, I might be subjected to pressures that would influence my decision, making me weak in the face of one of you. If I judged unjustly, I would have lost my integrity and corrupted myself. It is better for me to stay away from judgment so that I do not cause harm to others or to myself." This story served as a lesson to everyone that power and responsibility can sometimes be a burden greater than the ability to distinguish between right and wrong. When a person takes on a position where influence or fear may affect his decisions, he risks deviating from the path of righteousness. Therefore, one must know his limits and refrain from seeking positions that may place him in a situation where he is unable to achieve justice. The moral of this story, my friends, is that the pursuit of positions of authority or judgment may bring with it pressures and challenges that could lead to deviating from the path of truth. Therefore, it is important for a person to set limits for himself and know when it is better not to assume such responsibilities. And with that, we conclude today's episode of your program, Our Daily Bread, prepared and directed by Father Noor Al-Kazmuosa. I remind you to follow us on social media: TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook to stay in constant touch and benefit from more reflections, stories, and spiritual content. I leave you in the protection and care of God, and glory be to God always. Amen.